I'm having a look at how to work out what ion an element will form. So when we're looking at this, we want to know some information. So for carbon, its atomic number is 6, which means we can write its electron configuration. So it'll have 2 in the first shell, and then that means out of the 6, there are 4 left over. Looking at that, that means that it then has the option to lose or gain electrons. So in this case, we can look at it either losing 4 electrons, which would mean it would be C4 plus. If it gains 4 electrons, it would be C4 negative. So it can go either way. For nitrogen, when we write its electron configuration, we've got 2 and then we've got 5. That means it's closer to having that full shell of 8, which means it wants to gain 3 electrons. If it gains those 3 electrons, that will then mean it has more electrons than protons, so that'll be more negative, and it will be 3 minus. For our lithium, it's got 3. That means it's got 2 in the first shell and 1 in the second shell. That means it really wants to lose that 1 electron to have a full shell. So that means when it's lost an electron, it will have less electrons than protons, so more protons, more positive. It will be Li+. Our oxygen. So for oxygen, it's at 8. That means its electron configuration will be 2 in the first one and 6 in the second shell. That means it needs 2 more to have a full shell. So that's what it's going to want to do rather than losing 6. So that means our oxygen will want to gain 2 electrons. It'll have 2 more negatives than positive. So its ion will be O2 minus. For our beryllium, it's on 4, so its electron configuration is 2,2. That means it wants to lose those 2 electrons to get to the full first shell. So then it will have less electrons than protons, so it'll have more positives, so it will be 2 plus. So when you're looking for those ions, you're looking at those valence electrons. Is it closer to a full shell? First shell, you've got 2, second shell 8, third shell 8. At grade 9 level, that's as far as we're going. Is it closer to having a full shell or an empty shell, so it doesn't want to lose or gain the electrons?